Myths have fascinated humanity for centuries, serving as windows into our collective psyche. They offer explanations for the inexplicable, embody moral lessons, and reflect deep-seated fears and desires. Today, we'll journey into the origins and possible truths behind 5 legendary myths that span cultures and continents. We'll start with the dream of a perfect, hidden paradise, Shangri-La. Number 5. Shangri-La, the hidden utopia nestlet. High in the Himalayas, Shangri-La is often depicted as a serene valley where time slows down, allowing its inhabitants to live in peace and longevity. First introduced to the world in James Hilton's Lost Horizon, this myth struck a chord with readers during the tumultuous 1930s, a time when the world was seeking refuge from global conflict. But Hilton didn't create Shangri-La from thin air. His work was inspired by Tibetan legends of Shambhala, a hidden kingdom described in ancient texts as a spiritual haven where wisdom flourishes. Buddhist scriptures paint Shambhala as a real place, but one only accessible to the pure of heart. Some interpretations even place it in a metaphysical plane, suggesting that finding Shambhala is more about inner peace than physical discovery. The myth also intertwines with historical quests. European explorers in the 19th and early 20th centuries ventured into the Himalayas, driven by the belief that such a paradise might exist. Even today, certain valleys in Bhutan and Tibet claim to embody the essence of Shangri-La, drawing adventurers and spiritual seekers alike. Could Shangri-La represent a memory of isolated communities thriving in harmony? Or is it purely symbolic, a reflection of humanity's yearning for peace and enlightenment? Number 4. Bunyip, the monster of Australian billabongs. In the remote wetlands of Australia, tales of the Bunyip have instilled both fear and reverence in those who hear them. This elusive creature, whose name means devil or evil spirit in various Aboriginal languages, has been described in numerous forms: a dog-like beast, a creature with a crocodilian face, or even an aquatic predator resembling a giant seal. The Bunyip's origins lie in Aboriginal Dreamtime stories, where it is portrayed as a guardian of waterholes, punishing those who defile sacred sites. In some accounts, it's depicted as a spirit of vengeance, targeting those who break taboos. These stories served as cautionary tales, teaching respect for nature and reinforcing community values. Could there be a basis for the Bunyip in reality? Paleontologists have speculated that the Bunyip might be a cultural memory of Australia's megafauna, which included creatures like the Diprotodon, a massive marsupial that roamed the continent over 40,000 years ago. Fossilized bones unearthed near water sources could have inspired the myth. More recent sightings reported in the 19th century could be attributed to large seals, crocodiles, or even imagination fueled by fear of the unknown. Whatever the case, the Bunyip is a stark reminder of the mysteries that lie in the natural world and the stories we create to make sense of them. Number 3. El Dorado. The city of gold. Few myths have driven humanity to such lengths as the quest for El Dorado, a legendary city believed to be overflowing with gold and wealth beyond imagination. The story begins with the Muisca people of Colombia, whose ritual involved a leader covered in gold dust diving into Lake Guatavita, making offerings to the gods. When Spanish conquistadors arrived in South America, this story ignited their greed and imaginations. Over the next 2 centuries, explorers scoured jungles, rivers, and mountains in search of El Dorado. One such explorer, Sir Walter Raleigh, embarked on multiple expeditions, convinced he would find the fabled city in the Orinoco Basin. While no golden city has been discovered, modern archaeology has uncovered traces of the Muisca's gold offerings, validating some aspects of the myth. Lake Guatavita, for instance, has yielded golden artifacts, but attempts to drain the lake in search of treasure failed, leaving the full story of El Dorado shrouded in mystery. Today, El Dorado serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of greed and obsession, symbolizing humanity's relentless pursuit of unattainable dreams. Number 2. The Black Shuck, Britain's ghostly hellhound. On desolate moors and shadowy country roads, tales of the Black Shuck have sent shivers down the spines of travelers for centuries. This ghostly black dog, often described as the size of a calf with glowing red or green eyes, is said to foretell death. One of the most chilling accounts occurred in 1577 at St. Mary's Church in Bungay, Suffolk. During a thunderstorm, the Black Shuck reportedly appeared inside the church, killing 2 parishioners and leaving scorch marks on the door, marks still visible today, known as the devil's fingerprints. Some researchers believe the legend may have stemmed from the wild black wolves that once roamed Britain, which were often seen as omens in folklore. Others suggest it represents psychological phenomena such as heightened fear during storms or night travel. Interestingly, similar legends of spectral dogs appear in Norse, Germanic, and Celtic mythologies, suggesting a shared archetype of the black dog as a harbinger of doom. Whether supernatural or symbolic, the black shuck reminds us of how deeply folklore is rooted in fear of the unknown. Number 1. The Thunderbird. The sky spirit in the oral traditions of many Native American tribes, the Thunderbird is a revered and fearsome figure. Said to reside high above the clouds, the Thunderbird's massive wings produce thunderclaps while lightning shoots from its eyes. The Thunderbird is not just a harbinger of storms, it is also a protector. It is said to punish those who disrespect nature and serve as a guardian against malevolent spirits. For the Lakota, Algonquin, and other tribes, the Thunderbird symbolizes power and balance, reflecting the interconnectedness of all life. Could there be a historical or scientific basis for this myth? Cryptozoologists have suggested that ancient sightings of teratorns, giant prehistoric birds with wingspans exceeding 20 feet, might have inspired the Thunderbird's imagery. Alternatively, the myth could stem from the awe-inspiring power of storms, which were personified in storytelling to convey respect for nature's forces. The Thunderbird's enduring presence in indigenous lore speaks to humanity's deep relationship with the natural world, a bond built on awe, respect, and a desire to understand forces beyond our control. From the idyllic paradise of Shangri-La to the sky-shaking power of the Thunderbird, myths serve as a bridge between the known and the unknown. They reflect the dreams, fears, and values of those who created them, offering glimpses into the human spirit. While some myths may be rooted in historical truths, others exist purely in the realm of imagination. Yet all continue to captivate us, reminding us of the mysteries that remain unsolved and the stories yet to be told. What's your take? Do you believe these myths hold a kernel of truth, or are they purely products of human creativity? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more journeys into the shadowed realms of folklore and legend. Until next time, remember, every myth has a story, and every story carries a truth waiting to be uncovered.